Traveling with a suitable escort of 100 church knights and various functionaries, Queen Elana took ship and sailed to the port of Cilicia in eastern Zemmoc. From there, the royal party traveled north to Bosny, where an additional escort of horsemen from eastern Pelosia awaited them. Thus reinforced, the Eddings crossed the border into Astel, in western Daresia. The accounts we have received of the Queen's journey have shown glaring inconsistencies. Objections have been raised that should we accept the word of these Eddings, we would clearly be faced with an absurdity. After some consideration, however, this writer has become convinced that these apparent discrepancies can be easily reconciled if those who so violently object will but take the trouble to examine the differences between the Ellene and the Tamil calendars. The Queen of Elenia did not, in fact, pretend to have flown across the continent, as some have scornfully suggested. Her progress was quite normal, and it will be recognized as such if the learned gentleman will but take note of the fact that the Ellene week is longer than ours. At any rate, the Queen's party reached the capital of Astel at Darsus, where Queen Elana so charmed King Alboran that Ambassador Fontaine humorously reported that the poor man was on the verge of giving her his crown. Prince Sparhawk, meanwhile, began to actively pursue the real purpose behind his journey to Tamale, the gathering of information about what the Ellings had melodramatically come to call the conspiracy. The Queen's party was joined at Darsus by 2 legions of Atan warriors under the leadership of Engessa, the commander of the garrison at Senay, and they journeyed to Pella on the steppes of central Astel to meet with the nomadic Poloi. From thence, they set out for the Styric city of Sarsos in northeastern Astel. A disturbing note emerges from the accounts of this journey, however. The foreign minister, either duped or willingly conspiring with the Ellings, reported that somewhat to the west of Sarsos, the royal party encountered Sirge. This clear evidence of an intent to deceive His Majesty's government has raised grave questions, not only about Oscane's loyalty, but about the sincerity of the Ellings as well. As Prime Minister Subat pointed out, Foreign Minister Oscane is, though brilliant, sometimes erratic, a common characteristic of the overly gifted. Moreover, the Prime Minister added, Prince Sparhawk and his companions are church knights, after all, and the Church of Kairelos is widely known to be a political as well as a spiritual force on the Eosean continent. Dark suspicions began to arise in the halls of His Majesty's government, and many have expressed grave doubts about the wisdom of our course. Some have even gone so far as to raise the possibility that the disruption here in Tamale might be of Ellene origin, providing, as they did, a perfect excuse for an incursion onto the continent by the Church Knights, the acknowledged agents of Archprelate Dolmant. Could it be, they ask, that this entire affair has been contrived by Dolmant to provide his church with the opportunity to forcibly convert all of Tamale to the worship of the Ellene god, and thus to deliver political control of the empire into his own hands? It should be noted here that Prime Minister Subat has personally advised this writer that he is seriously concerned about this possibility. At Sarsos, Queen Elana's party was joined by Sophrenia, who was formerly the tutor of the Pandians in the secrets of Styriacum, but who is now a member of the Thousand, the ruling council in that city. They were also joined there by Zalasta himself, a fact which has quieted some of our anxieties in regard to the motives of the Ellings. It was obviously through Zalasta's efforts that the Thousand were persuaded to pledge their aid, despite the long-standing and, many feel, fully justified suspicions all Styrics have of Elene motives.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.